I looked at 100 MrBeast thumbnails and here's what I learned. He uses a 3-step formula. Starting off with step number 1 is he uses action in every single one of his thumbnails. Looking at the past 100 thumbnails that I analyzed and looked at, he uses action in every single one of them. Simple actions could be just him having his hand up like this, or his mouth opening or something, or like a shark chasing him in Would You Swim with Sharks for $100,000. But for example, the thumbnail that I'm going to be looking at for this type of example, which is action, is surviving 100 days in a circle, get $500,000. This video, it has him in a circle. It has his hand up like this, showing that he's struggling and wants to get out the circle. It shows the red circle that he is in, and it shows him laying down in the circle. Obviously, he has his hand going up like this, and like I just said, he's struggling like this, and you obviously see the background. You know that he's in the middle of nowhere, and he's surviving in a circle for $500,000. And one of the key things here is that also it has the day counter. Day number 97, only 3 more days, and he will survive this challenge, and he gets $500,000. That's pretty much what really showing action means. It just shows the action in the thumbnail of what is going on in the story of the video. And a big thing of showing action as well is that it shows story and what correlates in the video that is happening in the video. So if you show action in the thumbnail, make sure it correlates with the video as well. But going into the next step is basically simplicity. For example, we have I survived a plane crash. This has MrBeast in a life raft, obviously in the middle of the ocean with a plane crashing. But it shows Jimmy, it shows him in a worn down shirt, tore down shirt, whatever you want to call it. It has him in a life raft, him swimming away from the plane that crashed, and it obviously shows him in the middle of the ocean with a little bit of an island in the background, showing that he's trying to go towards an island. And it just has all in all an inbuilt story to it. It shows the plane that is on fire. But yeah, simplicity, all that means is just that it's very simple. This thumbnail, for example, literally just has Jimmy in a crashed plane, and it kind of just correlates with the story and the title of the video. So make sure also with simplicity, make sure the thumbnail goes along with the title, just so the title and thumbnail aren't completely different. Next step is the CTR strategy. If you don't know what CTR is, that's simply just click the rate. Which number 1, he has his brand in every single one of his thumbnails. You wouldn't click him if Jimmy's not in the thumbnail, but if Jimmy's in the thumbnail, you would click because he's in the thumbnail. A high accurate people would probably click it because Jimmy's in the thumbnail. Not many people would click the video because they don't see Jimmy in the thumbnail, but if Jimmy's in the thumbnail, they'll probably click it because Jimmy's in the thumbnail and you see MrBeast in the thumbnail. Another thing with the CTR strategy is that he uses bright colors all the time. Obviously, for example, in Would You Swim with Sharks for $100,000, it has Jimmy running away from a shark. Obviously, that builds story, which story is another thing for the CTR strategy. You want to have a story that goes along in the thumbnail because most likely a viewer will see the title, see the thumbnail, and click because the thumbnail has a story and correlates with what goes on in the video. Most likely in the first 30 seconds of the video. Hopefully they will stay throughout the whole video. But going back to bright colors obviously help to viewers, especially kids these days. They'll probably click a thumbnail because they see bright colors. For example, in this thumbnail, it's literally all it is just blue. You see blue, you see Jimmy running away from a shark, and the most used color in the thumbnail is blue. Blue going along with red, orange, pink, purple, etc. Them are bright colors. If you see a bright color, you're most likely going to click the thumbnail because it has bright colors, and the brightness is very used in the thumbnail, and it'll probably stick out on the YouTube homepage, YouTube recommendations, or the YouTube browse features side. So that's probably a big thing to use as well, is make sure the thumbnail has an inbuilt story, make sure it has bright colors, and make sure the thumbnail is along with your brand, because people will probably click the thumbnail if they see you, but if they don't see you in the thumbnail, they're probably not going to click. So yeah, goodbye.